about the wages of a Master Mason. There are two types: your Masonic rights and your Masonic privileges. The main right is to enter your own lodge and mingle with the brothers therein. No one can keep you out of your own mother lodge, not the master, not even the Grand Master of your jurisdiction. No longer do you have to enter through the west door. To many of us, this is the most valuable wage of being a Freemason, being allowed to enter and associate with other good men who've traveled the same way you have. You also have the privileges of visiting other lodges, not just in your own Masonic center or your own city, state, and country, but throughout the world. There are over 6 million Masons everywhere in the world, and I visited lodges from East Africa to Central America to South America, and show up with your documents, and they're always happy to receive you. Don't be afraid of, maybe you can't remember the words or the passwords or the tokens. I've only been asked, why was I wearing a blue apron? The blue apron at the time was my apron as being an officer of the Grand Lodge of Nevada, and I said, well, I'm wearing this blue apron because the Grand Lodge officer, I'm no longer entitled to wear the badge of innocence. They all laughed, and that was the end of my examination. You have the right privileges also of having a Masonic funeral, which generally consists of a memorial service and the placement of your body or remains in the Masonic section of your local cemetery or in the Masonic cemetery altogether. You can also ask for a Masonic relief, which generally consists of a welcome ear, sympathetic hearing, good advice, and maybe even offer of a job. And I've even given money when I was a master of my lodge to passing Masons who found themselves without any funds at all. You want to avoid this if you can, but Masonic relief is always there. These are the privileges and the rights of the major privileges and rights of a Master Mason, and you can always enjoy them, especially the one of associating with other good men wherever you travel throughout the world. Wearing your Masonic ring or lodge lapel pin can open doors that you didn't even know existed. I went into a pharmacy in Jamaica and I needed some medicine, which in that country required a prescription. Well, I didn't have a prescription. But the pharmacist saw my Masonic ring and he said, okay, here are your pills. I was also in a club in Austria, sitting at the bar alone, and I had my ring on, and two other men turned out that they were Freemasons too. And we sat there for about an hour enjoying each other's company and learning about the different experiences, Masonic and otherwise, that each of us had. Don't hide being a Mason. You will discover unknown friends, opportunities that you didn't know existed if you do. So put your ring on, wear your lapel pin. This is my lodge's lapel pin, front and back, and if you look closely you can see the ordering information on the back of the pin. You know, I've got 100 stories like these, but I'll tell you the best one. I was on my motorcycle in Panama. I wasn't speeding or doing anything crazy, but another motorcycle officer pulled me over. I said, oh boy, because you sure don't want to get in trouble with the cops in foreign countries. So he took off his helmet, walked up to my motorcycle and said, hey, I see your Masonic emblem on the back of your motorcycle. I'm thinking, oh boy. And he said, we want to invite you to go to lodge with us tonight. Well, I couldn't do that, but I was sure thrilled that I was so welcomed, even on the highway, by the highway patrol. So don't hide it, flaunt it. I just keep thinking of more wages for a Master Mason. Once inside your mother lodge, you have the opportunity to serve. Serve on a committee, serve as a ritualist, serve as a lecturer, serve as an officer. And in doing any of these things, you receive a great amount of satisfaction, which is otherwise have passed you by. You know, to be a friend to another Mason is wages. To receive help from another Mason, those are wages. To extend and receive friendship and brotherly love, those are wages.